Next, representing Finland, we have Juha Rintanen in this absolutely crazy GT86. Just about 1,000 brake horsepower, as he's telling me this morning, and Juha is absolutely flying around here. Look at this for a first zone, sticking a back wheel right on the line, exactly like our judges asked in the briefing, getting lovely and deep on the inside clip there. Now this is not a bad run from Juha Rintanen, as we see him absolutely smoking them tyres off the back of the GT86. Coming into the last zone now. Perfect again. I think Juha Rintanen is one to watch this weekend. He is here having technical issues, so we will post the scores of the second runs after this qualifying. Unfortunately, I'm not near the judges to try and fix it, but look, we move it back. It is Juha Rintanen who has scored a 91.7 on his first run. A guy who is on a mission this weekend and absolutely killing it here on this second run, as we see Juha bringing it around out to the wall, lovely and deep. This is a nice run from Juha, as we see him transition absolutely perfect, putting that back wheel right on the outer line, filling that last zone as he comes around the corner and over the line. That's a very good run from Juha Rintanen. So yeah, Juha got unbelievable GT86, and he is going up against the local boy, that is Ali Al-Shahani. Juha qualifying in third position last night, and Ali Al-Shahani just looks like he's doing a rolling burnout the whole way up there. Juha Rintanen using the whole 1,000 brake horsepower to try and pull a gap on that absolutely insane Sylvia of Ali, but the gap is naturally forming as Juha Rintanen smokes the place out of it on a lovely wide line through outer zone 2 as they bring it out to the first wall run, transitioning back around. Ali cutting the track just to try and get some proximity. Unfortunately, that's not what the judges want to happen, but Juha Rintanen is putting on a masterclass in the lead position. Ali Al-Shahani to lead, Juha Rintanen to chase. Heading off the second half of this battle. Here we go, very slow coming out of chicane is Ali, and now he's using all the power to try and cause a gap, but Juha Rintanen has so much experience, and he also has 1,000 brake horsepower, so you're not going to pull a fast one on him that easy, as we see Ali now just shallow in a lot of clips, just trying to get from A to B as fast as he can, but Juha is on a lovely lead line. My apologies, a lovely qualifying line in the chase position, but no proximity. It's going to be interesting to see on the replay how all that ground was gained, because Ali Al-Shahani, light goes green and away they go. You had lead, Samir, the chase. JZ versus V8, BMW versus Toyota. Juha with a lovely line through the first section. Samir just washing a small bit wide now. He's to do a lot of pedaling to try and get that E36 back online, but the power of Juha Rintanen's GT86 absolutely pushing a huge gap in front of Samir. Samir doing absolutely anything he can to try and stay in this fight. We see him maybe deviating off the qualifying line just a small bit to close the proximity. Absolutely anything he called just to try and traffic light, and it's green. Away they go. Samir to lead. Juha to chase as they come down now, throwing it in. Big aggression there from Samir. Juha, knowing he possibly has an advantage. The spotter would have been in his ear, holding back for that first section. Now he's starting to reel in Samir as they come through. Oh, Samir getting it all wrong there on that inner clip. Juha doing a great job to avoid contact and just tucked it in right beside Samir there as they come up to the wall. Samir not getting out deep to the wall at all, a little bit early coming through the second last clipping point as they hit the last clipping zone, pushing their way out and over the line. Al-Husani. Both cars leave the line. Juha lead, Hazard a chase. Oh, Hazard looked a little bit slow there coming out, but he throws it in absolutely wild right on the door of Juha Rintanen, nearly making contact coming around that first corner now as Juha is doing a brilliant line, but look at Hazza, he's right there with him, sticking to that GT86, not letting Juha Rintanen get away from him. Juha goes a little bit wide there, bringing Hazza off, has to dial off angle to avoid the wall. So we see now Hazza just getting a little bit out of shape there in the chase, tucks it back in on the door for the last corner, wheel to wheel, door to door, around it. That is what we came here to see. He went full Hazza. I'm pretty sure he's seen it all back in his Oman Championships, but Hazard trying to play a few mind games there, maybe doing a huge flick, but does not unsettle Juha whatsoever. Juha tucked right in there beside that S14. This is an incredible chase drive from Juha Rintanen. How did he not make contact on that transition, as we see both cars now going full tilt on the outer line through the second last zone, bringing it out to the wall. Last transition, snappy from both guys. Massive speed. Has again a little bit wide out last outer zone, but Juha is right there with him. Has it touches the back of the car. Here we go one more time. Juha Rintanen, Hazza Al Husani, and away they go. Juha the lead, Hazza the chase as they make their way down the straight. Juha, lovely initiation. Hazza tucking right in there beside him now. Full throttle from Juha. Look at that back wheel placed lovely on the wall, but Hazza is right there with him. Transitions through the smoke. Has to stomp on the brakes to avoid contact with the GT86 as we hear the screams of him as they pass through my tower. As we see now Juha on a wide line, and Hazard's right there with him. Snappy transition back. Both guys just dropping the wheel there at the second last clipping point, filling that outer zone door to door as they come around the last corner. Wow, the lights go green and away they go. Hazza is coming full tilt down. Oh my, how did he not take the front of Juha's GT86 with that flick? But Juha tucks in lovely. Hazza's very wide there now through that first zone as they're coming up now to the first transition for the inside clip. Oh, Juha getting a small bit wrong. Ended up too inside on the track. Now a bit of proximity starting to form as Hazza is putting foot to floor, smoking Juha Rintanen over, but Juha has not been phased. He sticks to the qualifying line just as the judges asked him to do today. Oh, Hazza with a bit of an over rotation coming through the last outer zone as they come over the finish line. Wow. The traffic light is set, it goes green and away they go. It's Juha to lead, Eggers to chase. Juha coming down now, big initiation, but look at Eggers, he is right there with him. Not as deep in outer zone 1 as Juha, but he does have the proximity as they come up to transition for the first time. Huge dive from Eggers. Does well not to make contact as they come through the only inner clip on this track, as we see Juha now putting the back wheel perfectly on the outer line out to the wall. This is a beautiful line from Juha Rintanen, as we see Eggers now doing absolutely anything he can to try and claw back into this. Getting up right on Juha's door. Set, it goes green and away they go. Eggers to lead, Juha to chase as they come down now. Eggers cutting right in there, throwing a nice wide initiation, but Juha is tucked in right beside that BMW as they come through the first zone. You see Eggers putting foot to floor now, trying to get a gap, but look at the dive from Juha Rintanen. He is not letting Eggers get away. Juha is sticking right on his door as they come through up to the first wall run. Eggers brings it to the wall, so does Juha. Transitioning now for the last time, lining up for the last outer zone. Both cars door to door coming around the last corner and over the line. Insane. James Dean the lead, Juha Rintanen the chase. Here we go, the final. Watch both cars coming tearing down the straight, maximum angle from the two of them. Juha right there with James on a perfect lead line. I don't know how the judges are going to separate them. Oh, Juha catching the cone on the inside there, maybe dropping one wheel. James getting a small bit of proximity, but Juha tucking right back in there. We can't even see them come up to the wall because of the smoke of their previous run through. James Dean now on a perfect lead line, but Juha Rintanen is still there. Absolutely. We don't have long to wait because the light is green, and here they go. The Muscat Arena is about to explode to this one as we have Juha Rintanen leading and James Dean throwing it in for the final OIDC 2024 Season 6 Round 1, and look at this, an absolute masterclass from both drivers. The European drivers are putting it big tonight. Finland and Ireland been strongly represented in this final. Look at Juha, but James Dean is right there with him. Juha cannot shake off the machine. James nearly touching him, coming around the last corner. A bit short of James Dean at the last round. It is Juha Rintanen in this GR86. Absolutely insane car, so light, so fast, and Juha such an unbelievable driver. Years of experience behind that wheel. Huge angle from Juha Rintanen as he throws it in. He says he's going to do absolutely anything he can to try and stick with James this weekend here in the Muscat Drift Arena. Oh, and the first driver to hit the front bumper off that wall. getting it all wrong, maybe just falling short a small bit. Not sure there now if there's steering issues or what happening, but Juha Rintanen is on a 0 from their first run. This is crazy. Out of our top 5 drivers, we've got Sebastian Fonten and Juha Rintanen on 0. This is a man with pressure on his shoulders, but I definitely will say Juha Rintanen can handle the pressure. What can the Finnish driver do as he throws it in? Absolutely flat to the mat through that first section, putting foot to floor, smoking it out of it. Here's what all went wrong the last time. Doesn't make the same mistake again. Juha transitions now, full throttle, finishing up second on the podium at round 1. He definitely wants to make sure he can keep his championship fights alive, and this run looks like he's just doing that. Putting the back bumper out. Oh, maybe washing a small bit wide there. Going for that wall run. Is Juha pushing that small bit too hard? Oh, it was so hard.
It goes green and away they go. What can Juha do in the lead? What can Hytem do in the chase when we're about to find out as both guys throw it in? Look at Juha Rintanen on a perfect line. Hytem ended up on the inside of the track, has to drag the handbrake to avoid contact, and a straighten from Hytem Al-Hadidi. But this is a beautiful line from Juha Rintanen as we see Juha now putting foot to floor, not sure what's going on. A lot of smoke out the back of Hytem's car, and I don't think it's tyre smoke. Maybe some mechanical issues coming into play. As I say, that is very uncharacteristic from Hytem Al-Hadidi. This man is just insane. He loves living there. That's the best way I'll describe it. So here we go, Hytem the lead. Juha the chase, throwing it in nice and wide. Hytem doing a good job. You see Juha now falling back ever so slightly, and to try and stay up close with Hytem Al-Hadidi as they transition back. Lovely job from both drivers. Hytem on a beautiful lead line. Juha right there with him, mirroring them as they come through the centre section. Massive dive from Juha Rintanen. What can Hytem do as Juha is pushing him around that last corner as they bring it over the line, and away they go. Craigus is full throttle, but Juha Rintanen's right there with him. They both throw in. Oh, contact again! And Craigus' tyre came off. What's going on tonight? This is absolutely insane. To the line, the second half of Juha Rintanen, Egar Craigus. It is Rintanen's lead. Craigus to chase, huge contact at the start. Will we have a fire on that again? No, we don't. Both cars made it around the first corner. Craigus is right there with him. Look at the Latvian driver stuck in the back of Juha Rintanen. Transition for the last time. Huge dive from Craigus, and yep, sure, it wouldn't be a top 16 man. See Juha Rintanen right with Craigus there, sticking it on his floor as they come through the inner clip, ready to flick it back. Look at Juha Rintanen, he's right there with Eggers as they transition for the last time. What will happen on the second? Two cars lead the line here. Here we go, flicking it in. Juha Rintanen, he's in deep, heavy in the barrier. Oh, the big impact from Eggers. He knew he had to commit there. He knew Rintanen was close to him on the first half of his battle, but just unfortunate for Eggers. Big impact, and that will mean Juha Rintanen will move on to the grade 8. He have a chance of fighting for that championship here. As we see Juha leave the line for his first run. Is that car performing right? Throwing it very wide there, possibly dropping the wheel on initiation. We see him now doing whatever he can to try and salvage this run. So we see Juha filling that outer zone, bringing it around now and over the finish line. That's not a bad run from the driver from Finland.
At the end of this run, we're going to have to wait and see.
As we see a lovely initiation from Juha Rintanen, doing exactly what the judges asked him. At least he was listening to the judges in briefing. As we see him transitioning. Oh, he hits the wall and it goes all wrong. Rintanen obviously pushing too hard. Very unfortunate getting it all wrong. He will advance and he will move on to the top 16. So not too much of a difficult battle for Juha. He will be happy with this one as we see him now doing an absolute smashing first corner there. This is a brilliant line from Juha Rintanen as we see him transitioning out wide. He's just going to use this just as a practice. Will he put it out on the wall? Yes, he does. It's a beautiful line from Juha Rintanen. Juha with so much experience behind the wheel of a drift car. Absolutely killing it this season. Try and get the win from the Dutchman. The light goes green and away they go. Juha the lead, Clint the chase. Cohen throw out in front of Clint's car. Not too bad though. Doesn't make contact with it. We see Juha throwing it in. But look at Clint Van Hout. He is right there with him. Absolutely stuck on the door of Juha Rintanen. Juha Rintanen now on a beautiful lead line. But what a transition from Clint Van Hout as we see both drivers putting foot to floor, filling our zone 2. Absolutely perfect lead line, but a beautiful chase. Huge wall run as they come around through the last zone. Absolutely filling it perfect over the line. That was epic.
In European drifting.
Huge. Here we go. Both guys leave the line. Look at the speed of Clint as he comes down, but Juha throws it in and contact on the first corner. But Clint Van Hout keeps it going. Absolutely pinned all the way around. They're not going to let this battle end like this. You see Clint on a lovely lead line. What a dive from Juha in the chase. But look at this from Clint Van. He's pushing him absolutely everywhere. This is carnage. Clint stays in it though. How does he hold on to it? Most drivers there would have let go, but Clint is not giving up. He wants to beat Juha fair and square. He knows what that